Welcome to Audit the Audit, where we sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of police interactions. This episode covers immigration enforcement, reasonable suspicion, and illegal detentions, and is brought to us by Red Zone Watch's channel. Be sure to check out the description below and give them the credit that they deserve. On April 26, 2024, officers from the Brunswick Police Department responded to a call regarding a disturbance at a bar in the neighboring town of Hinckley, Ohio. Although the call was outside of the Brunswick officers' jurisdiction, the Hinckley PD requested their assistance as Hinckley officers were busy with another call and unable to respond immediately. When the Brunswick officers arrived at the scene, they found off-duty Cleveland police officer Donald Kupchak, who at the time worked for a Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives task force, forcibly restraining Eritrean refugee Jonas Buck-Redengil on the ground, while off-duty Lake County Narcotics Agency officer Daniel Lejak, who worked for a Drug Enforcement Administration task force, stood by. The interactions that occurred as the officers investigated the situation were captured on multiple body cameras.
Yeah, this guy is, I'm with DA. He's with ATF. He was inside, and we're like, where are you from?
Who's with ATF?
Kinda
left?
Yeah, the hillbilly.
Okay.
This guy's not from this country. So
okay.
we started fighting with him. He's like, whatever. So here we are. He's holding him down.
Well, regardless if he's from this country or not, what happened?
He's not from this country.
Yeah, okay, what happened though?
No.
Relax.
Hey, you've been leg walk.
I'm
not getting out anyway.
I'm legal. Okay, leave me.
I know you're illegal.
Sir.
All right, let him go. You stay on the ground. Stay on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Just sit there.
Yes. They don't let me call police. They took my everything. I'm good. I'm legal. Everything. I want to ask those two people, why make me like this? I'm legal. I'm U.S. citizen. Why?
Well, what happened?
I don't know.
You're involved in this?
Yeah, I'm Dan. Nice to meet you.
So what happened?
No, he's not from the country.
Okay.
I work at a DA. My partner's from ATF.
Okay.
And we started talking to him. He's like, I'm not from here. So he started shooting shit with us. I'm like, yeah, that was it. So we called you guys.
So there was no disturbance here or anything?
Oh, no.
Okay. We got a report of like a fight or a disturbance.
Oh, no.
Okay. So you just think he's here illegally?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to call police.
We got to call him the CBP too.
What statements did he make to you?
He's from Israel.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a Texas ID. He came in. He goes, yeah, I'm not supposed to be here. I come in. I'm like, what are you doing to Buzzard Roast in Brunswick, Ohio?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is you guys, right? Like, here you go.
Well, we're helping out Hinckley. This is actually in Hinckley.
Is it?
Yeah. They're busy on another call, though.
I gotta call. I just don't want someone to go that's not. You can be on a watch list. You know.
Okay.
What's going on, fellas?
How are you?
Good. You tell me what's going on?
So, Lejak works with DA. I work with ATF. We're here drinking. Lejak started talking to the dude. He gave him his ID for some reason. Said he's from a different country. Lejak ran him. Found he's illegal. Started talking to him. Lejak called HSI or something. Was like, hey, this dude's like not here. Like his ID was from Texas. Blah blah. So I started talking to the guy, like trying to distract him, and he tries leaving. And Lejak like, hey, like Brunswick's coming, HSI's coming, blah blah. So then he started fighting with me. All I did is just grab him, just took him down the ground.
Are you guys armed right now?
No, I'm no.
You guys got IDs on you by chance? Like work IDs or anything like that?
Yeah, I do. He's a civilian. This guy was just here.
I'm with them.
He has nothing to do with
If you
anything.
need my info, I could give it to you.
He has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an ATF TFO.
Okay.
Actually, my ID is in my truck if you need it.
He started
Are
fighting with me.
you with Cleveland or?
Yeah, I'm an ATF TFO though.
Okay.
I've been ATF for 7 years.
Okay.
So I really haven't even been to Cleveland.
Okay.
Obviously,
What office do you work
long
out
hair, Strike Force.
of? Oh, all right.
I grabbed the dude and I threw him in a leg lock. I arrested him since I was 6 years old. I threw him in a leg lock and I just held him until you guys came.
Okay.
Officer Kupchak explains that when Mr. Bach-Redengill attempted to leave the bar, he grabbed him and held him in a leg lock until the officers arrived, as he and Officer Lejek believed that Mr. Bach-Redengill was in the country illegally. We will discuss the reasonableness of the officers' suspicions regarding Mr. Bach-Redengill's immigration status later in this episode, but we will first explore the general authority of state and local police officers to make immigration-related arrests. Although local law enforcement officers generally have broad authority to conduct arrests for violations of criminal laws within their jurisdiction, immigration issues are governed by federal law, and under the immigration statutes currently in place, local officers do not have the authority to arrest individuals they suspect of being in the country illegally, except in very specific circumstances where they are cooperating with federal immigration officers. As the Supreme Court summarized in the 2012 case of Arizona versus United States, quote, Congress has put in place a system in which state officers may not make warrantless arrests of aliens based on possible removability, except in specific limited circumstances. The court also noted that, now quoting again, removal is a civil, not criminal matter, and that, now quoting again, as a general rule, it is not a crime for a removable alien to remain present in the United States. If the police stop someone based on nothing more than possible removability, the usual predicate for an arrest is absent. The federal statutory structure does not even authorize immigration officers to conduct warrantless arrests of all aliens during the removal process. And as the court explained in the Arizona case, quote, they may arrest an alien for being in the United States in violation of any immigration law or regulation only where the alien is likely to escape before a warrant can be obtained. Now, although federal immigration law does permit local officers to cooperate with the Attorney General in the identification, apprehension, detention, or removal of aliens not lawfully present in the United States, as the Supreme Court determined in the Arizona case, quote, there may be some ambiguity as to what constitutes cooperation under the federal law, but no coherent understanding of the term would incorporate the unilateral decision of state officers to arrest an alien for being removable absent any request, approval, or other instruction from the federal government. Accordingly, it is highly likely that a court would determine that Officer Kupchak and Officer Lejek did not have the legal authority as local police officers to detain or arrest Mr. Bach-Redengill based on their belief that he was in the country illegally, even if they had an abundant amount of evidence to believe this was the case.
He can't say where he's from. His story doesn't make sense. He can't say his social. He can't say nothing. He's from DA. He's from HSI.
Who's from HSI?
Right there. Lejek. He's a TFO.
Yeah, which one did you say was from DEA?
Right there.
He's from DEA and HSI?
Yeah, he does both.
You're not hurt at all?
Sorry, dude. I'm not gonna.
I'm fine.
I'm letting some.
I threw him in a leg lock.
Walk away.
What are you talking about?
Like, I'm making sure that this guy's not on some watch list or some who the f knows what this guy is, and then all of a sudden we're on TNZ or something like, oh, these ATF and a DEA agent guys, like, you know, letting them off.
There's 10 Brunswick cops.
Yeah. So, okay, so the reason we're here, all right, so just so you know, so technically this is not our jurisdiction. So this is Hinckley, right?
Hinckley.
So, and Hinckley's tied up, and the sheriff's department's tied up, right? We got dispatched from the sheriff's department because they said, hey, something's going on. There's some type of disturbance, whatever, right. And it may be getting physical. So, hence why there's a bunch of Brunswick cops.
No physical,
cops here.
Zero.
So,
okay. No, none.
So, but again, this is what we were dispatched to, right? So, which is why why we're here.
I know. You're gonna let him go. I guarantee it.
Lejek,
well,
calm down. That's not true. They don't wear that.
Listen.
So, a couple things, man. Hold on. I understand you got a job to do, okay? But also understand this. You're not working right now, bro.
I know. No, I know.
Okay?
No.
You and your boys are supposed to be out having a good time. You're out drinking and everything else, and you're getting involved in other stuff. If you think there's something going on, you know the way it goes. Just call us.
If you were drinking beers,
the way he said it.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Call us and let us deal with it because we're on duty, we're sober, and you don't have to deal with any of that nonsense.
I'm legal. I'm U.S. citizen. Why?
Well, what happened?
I don't know. They just
What
came.
do you mean you don't know? Well, tell me what happened. Turn around and face me. Sit down. Sit down. I just said face me. Sit down. Sit down.
Oh.
Thank you. What happened inside the bar?
They told me I'm illegal. I don't have supposed to be in the United States. That's why.
Okay. Are you supposed to be here or no?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm legal. I'm a citizen. Everything.
You have an ID with you?
Yes, I have everything. They took my ID, they took my phone, they took everything. They
Is it?
Second. I'm trying to call police. They close
Show
the
me.
door.
Show me your ID.
Yes, sir. This is my ID.
Where do you live at?
Show me a Texas ID.
I show you my Texas ID.
It's fake as can be.
It's not fake.
All right. All right. Please,
not who
please,
you are.
please don't
I
argue
don't
with
know
him.
you.
Okay.
Okay.
Where do you live at, sir?
I live in Dallas. I'm Fort Worth, Texas.
You're from Texas?
Yes, Fort Worth.
Okay. And what brings you up here?
Huh?
What brings you up here?
Oh, coming to work.
Where do you work at?
I'm truck driver.
Okay. What company employs you? That come back with something?
These guys, Texas.
That came back though when you ran it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get the rundown from this guy? There's no disturbance or anything. This guy supposedly told him he shouldn't be here or he can't be here. That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
So I don't know if there was no disturbance, nothing.
can't be doing it.
Yeah, I agree. It's a real ID. It's coming back.
Where do you live, partner?
I'm living Fort Worth, Texas.
You live in Texas?
Fort Worth, Texas. Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing in Ohio?
I'm coming to work.
Work where?
I'm truck driver.
Where's your truck at?
It's packaging.
Where?
In the company. I have delivery for Monday.
Okay.
So when I be here, then I have to go to the motel. When I'm coming here, these two guys, when they see me, they ask me like a lot of things, and they take my ID. Why you here? No, I just came to work.
Where did
You don't have to suppose to United States. You are illegal. No, I'm legal. I live in Dallas. I'll be here.
Did you tell them that you shouldn't be here?
Everything.
How long were you here before they started talking to you?
I don't know, 20 minutes. I don't know.
Okay. What were you doing for 20 minutes? Just sitting there watching TV, or?
Yeah, I was just watching TV. Take one beer. I pay $7.
Did you order anything, or?
Yeah, one beer. I pay $7. That's it. I'm trying to go to motel. I already screenshot. Can I show you?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not staying in the truck for the weekend? You're staying in a motel?
Motel.
Okay.
Yeah. When I'm coming here, I'm trying to call police. He took my phone, everything. These two guys, they asked me a lot. You are not supposed to be here. This is fake ID. I'm not fake. I'm legal in the United States. I've been here 14 years. I'm citizen.
Where did you move from?
Where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
United States. As a refugee, I'm legal. I'm working. I'm truck driver. Been 5 years.
So you were born in Ethiopia?
Eritrea.
Oh, Eric.
Yeah,
Okay.
From
Valley,
Eritrea to
Texas
Ethiopia.
oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get the story as to why are they just detaining this guy?
They think he's some illegal. And here's the thing: you got a dude from Cleveland PD who works for ATF, and another dude that works for Strike Force, DEA, HSI. That they're drunk, and this guy came up to him and started saying some stuff, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's a terrorist. We can't let him go."
That's what I mean. Does that sound sane to you?
No.
Okay,
That's what
absolutely
I tried to explain. These guys said, next thing you know, we're going to be on TMZ because we let these guys go. And I'm like, bro, you guys are off duty, like, and you're drinking. Like, call us, or call the local PD and let us deal with it. Like, why are you guys messing with this?
He has a valid Texas ID.
Did we run him?
Yeah. Serving cop did. Said it came back and everything.
Officer Kupchak and Officer Lejak try to explain why they believe that Mr. Bach Redengill is in the country illegally, claiming that he did not know where he was born or where he came from, despite the fact that Mr. Bach Redengill was able to clearly articulate this information to the Brunswick officers when they asked him. As we discussed earlier in this episode, Officer Kupchak and Officer Lejak would not have the authority to arrest Mr. Bach Redengill on suspicion of being in the country illegally, as that power is generally reserved for federal immigration officers. However, even if they had the authority to detain Mr. Bach Redengill to investigate his immigration status, a court would likely conclude that Officer Kupchak and Officer Lejak did not have the reasonable suspicion necessary to do so. In the 1975 case of United States versus Brignoni Ponce, the Supreme Court held that an individual's race alone cannot give rise to reasonable suspicion justifying a Terry stop to investigate whether they are in the country illegally. In reaching this conclusion, the court noted noted that immigration officers may stop vehicles, quote, only if they are aware of specific articulable facts, together with rational inferences from those facts that reasonably warrant suspicion that the vehicles contain aliens who may be illegally in the country. The court ultimately determined that, quote, in this case, the officers relied on a single factor to justify stopping respondent's car, the apparent Mexican ancestry of the occupants. We cannot conclude that this furnished reasonable grounds to believe that the 3 occupants were aliens. Even if they saw enough to think that the occupants were of Mexican descent, this factor alone would justify neither a reasonable belief that they were aliens nor a reasonable belief that the car concealed other aliens who were illegally in the country. Although Officer Kupchak and Officer Lejak attempted to explain why they believed that Mr. Bach-Redengill was in the country illegally, claiming certain ambiguities in his statements that did not seem to actually exist based on Mr. Bach-Redengill's explanations to the Brunswick officers, it seems clear that the only coherent factor that Officer Kupchak and Officer Lejak considered in their decision was the fact that Mr. Bach-Redengill was from another country. It is therefore highly probable that a court would conclude that this fact alone would not even give officers who actually had the legal authority to detain potential undocumented immigrants sufficient reasonable suspicion to detain Mr. Bach-Redengill.
Could have called
He's got a Texas ID, so.
Correct, but he doesn't know where he was born or where he came from.
Yeah. It's just a matter of like what resources you guing have available to you if things get squirrely. Like you guys don't have a radio.
I'm getting Border Patrol, dude.
What's that?
I'm not going to be the guy in the news like, oh, you're on a security cam. This guy ends up blowing the mall up tomorrow. No. Don't care. Don't care who I offend, dude. Is this the new normal for migrants with Joe Biden? All right, then here we go. He's got to be fingerprinted by CBP and see what the
He's
is.
definitely has a fingerprint. Because he's gonna recite his social.
Doing all right.
You got a Border Patrol? He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know how he got here. He said he took a truck here. And so he's driving back to Texas.
And he said it was parked across the street.
And he said his truck was right here.
Yeah.
And he couldn't find his truck.
Let's walk it over there.
So I asked him to walk us towards his truck. And he said I didn't know where my truck was. I get it, like
That's a lot of
you guys
loose
are
ends that don't make sense.
You guys are like, man, you two are out of your mind, but
No, you guys have a healthy distrust for things that you can't verify.
I think show me your truck. Walk out and show me your truck. He's like, I don't have a truck.
It's not like he's
not
Hispanic
here.
last name, right? He's from Israel. That's that's terrorist. I cannot go to bed.
He needs to be fingerprinted.
Yeah, exactly. We need to know who he is.
Maybe Medina.
Nick's calling Border Patrol, but no, he's answering.
The Brunswick officers maintain the scene until an officer from the Hinckley Police Department arrives, and the Brunswick officers brief her on the situation as she prepares to take over the investigation.
Basically, we talk to this guy and say, hey, no harm, no foul. But if
Does he want, like,
he's
her?
pretty upset about it. Now, we haven't really asked him, obviously, that, but he's not happy, which I
mean,
understand. He's from Eritrea. He's been here for 40 years.
him.
He did. Oh, yeah, he was laying on the ground.
Okay.
And he's been here for 14 years,
the
lives in Texas.
The dude from ATF had him in a leg lock, knocked on the ground when we got here.
Okay. They have cameras, so at least in the inside. I can't remember if they have it on the outside.
What can we do? What can we do for you?
Just hang out for now. I want to talk to them. And then I'm going to talk to him and then talk to witnesses. Did you guys talk to anybody in the bar?
No. I was just about to go in there, because he said he was here for about 20 minutes before they started talking to him.
Okay.
And they said that he came up to them and started talking to him?
Yeah.
When I asked him, he said, how long were you here for? He said, about 20 minutes. He walked over here from the motel, was going to Sheets, and then decided, I'll walk over here and see what it's like, and sat down and said he was watching TV, had a beer, and then they started talking.
Okay.
So I was going to go in there and talk to the bartender and see what...
Yeah, if you guys can do that, or have somebody do that just to see.
Sergeant's gonna have a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You're like, oh my God.
How are we doing, gentlemen?
How you doing, Sarge?
Sarge, how are you?
So I got a bit of a synopsis, or the entire synopsis that they got of what happened. I believe you're my main guy here, so what happened?
You pulled me over the night.
I did?
Yes, remember?
No,
Are you running?
of course.
So Lejak works for DA, I work for ATF. Lejak was talking to the guy.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. I don't know what Lejak.
Hey, how about this?
Yeah. He's not supposed to.
You stay here, please.
You all right?
I don't feel good.
Okay. What kind of outcome are you looking to have happen this evening? What are you looking to do? I mean, are you just looking to go home, or are you injured or at all, or what?
It's okay.
How did the conversation start between you guys?
They look at me there. They just come asking me.
What they say?
Why you here? Where you from? Where you here? Oh, I'm from Dallas Fort Worth. No, you are not. You are illegal. No, I'm legal. How did you get here? Oh, I just came working.
Okay.
No, you are illegal. Show me your ID. Why? Yeah, only police can ask me. For my whatever. Okay, people, they can. Maybe I'm illegal. If they think, they have to call police. Why? Why they bring me? Why? Turn my hand.
Did they bring you outside? Hey, did they bring you outside the bar, or do you walk out of the bar?
No, they take me hand like this.
Okay.
You know, they hit me, and then.
But you're not hurt at all.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Why they do that? I want to ask them too. Why?
Yeah.
Why they do me like this?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out now.
Yes.
Okay. In your mind now, right, what are you looking to have happen at this point?
You know what I have to say? They look at me, they don't like me. Why I'm here? Maybe I'm different over here. You know? That's what I think. They are racist. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I go everywhere. I see a lot of people.
I'm sure you travel all over as a driver.
All over.
What happened in here? Can you give me like the...
I don't know his name. Yaris.
Okay, you were here too?
I know
Okay.
about. Next thing I know, they said he's not who he say he is. We're detaining him. This, that, and the third.
Did they like approach him, or did he go over there and talk?
He went over there and just to talk to him, to introduce himself. Hey, how are you? Because that's how people are here. Everybody's friendly.
Being from Texas.
Yeah, he was talking about how he was from Texas, stuff like that, and then all of a sudden they were saying he's not who he is. He's not from Texas. This, that, and the third. No.
Okay.
Three guys were definitely being aggressive.
They were really being aggressive with him. They really were. He was sitting here. They were trying to snatch his phone. They were turning his arm. Like.
And then the one guy, the older guy, said that they're feds. But
Yeah.
like, oh, because it's like you guys are illegally detaining him, and I mean they were.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go keep talking to him, get his info if you want to fill him in.
Yeah. So are they telling you anything different?
No, pretty much the same. They're trying to lie about holding him down on the ground, but I told them you guys saw him being held on the ground.
Yeah, he was
and
on the
I'm gonna
ground,
trust what
and
you
he
said.
he told me he had the idea in the leg lock on the ground here. So.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah. So the gentleman over there is claiming that the guys that you were with, or these two other gentlemen, took his hands and placed them behind his back and drug him outside.
Well, what did they say? If they didn't?
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
either
yeah.
way, he was escorted outside.
He was, yeah.
Without, not by his own free will, did he come outside.
No, but that guy was very forceful against them. To be like, don't do this to me, is what he did.
If you're being forced somewhere
Of
against
course,
your free will,
I agree 100%.
I feel like I would do the same thing.
Of course, 100%, yeah.
You're not a cop at all?
What's that?
What do you do for a living?
No, I'm commercial cleaning. No, I'm not a cop.
Okay.
No.
Was there anyone else involved?
No, it was just us. Me, him.
I'm gonna go talk to the guy. If you have your guys just kind of hang out with these three, please.
Yeah.
At the Hinckley PD's request, the Brunswick officers remained on the scene and conducted interviews with witnesses inside the bar and continued to speak with Mr. Bach-Redingill. During this time, the Hinckley officer questioned Officer Kupchak and Officer LeJack, as well as the citizen who was with them at the time officers responded to the call. One of the Brunswick officers then describes his conversations with Mr. Bach-Redingill to the Hinckley officer.
So I've asked him a couple times. He essentially, just the way he said, when you see him put his hands behind his back, when they said they whatever, he said that's essentially what they did. They put his hands behind his back, they escorted him out, took him to the ground, whatever. So, but the only thing he hasn't told me at this point is he's upset, obviously. But I'm like, well, what kind of outcome are you looking for? And he's like, I don't know.
Okay.
So.
All right, let's talk to him. All right, so you're sure about possible charges?
No, I'm okay.
You're okay?
To be nice with people. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people going everywhere, but I never think like this. So
I'm just going to put my light on you real quick and see if there are any injuries from you being on the ground that you know of. Maybe you're, I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Your knees
Probably
maybe or
can't
anything?
No.
Nothing?
Yeah.
So
they make me like something going wrong or a criminal, you know.
Yeah, I understand. I understand your concern. All right, just give us a second, okay? And then we'll probably let you out of here in a minute.
The Hinckley officers completed their investigation, and all parties were allowed to leave with no arrests being made. Although a Brunswick police report regarding the incident listed charges of disrupting public service, disorderly conduct, assault, unlawful restraint, and abduction for Officer Kupchak and Officer LeJack, as of the date of writing this episode, no criminal charges have been filed. Instead, the matter has been referred to the FBI for further criminal investigation, and the U.S. Attorney's Office in Eastern Michigan will be handling the case after the office in Northern Ohio recused itself because the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Ohio, Rebecca Lutzko, was previously a Hinckley Township trustee. Following the altercation, Officer Kupchak and Officer LeJack were removed from their federal task forces. The director of the Lake County Narcotics Unit confirmed that Officer LeJack had been placed on limited duty, but it is unknown whether the Cleveland PD had taken similar action against Officer Kupchak. It is also unknown whether Mr. Bach-Redengill has filed a complaint or intends to pursue any legal action against Officer Kupchak and Officer LeJack. Overall, Officer Kupchak and Officer LeJack get an F for forcibly detaining and assaulting an American citizen for simply being born in another country, demonstrating clear prejudice against Mr. Bach-Redengill based on his race and nationality, and abusing and exceeding their legal authority as local police officers. While Officer Kupchak and Officer LeJack were clearly intoxicated, that is no excuse for their appalling criminal behavior in this situation. And while alcohol can influence an individual's decision-making process, it does not create bigotry that does not already exist in the intoxicated person. I believe that Mr. Bach-Redengill summed up what happened in this encounter perfectly in one of his conversations with the Brunswick officers.
Sir, what in your mind now, right, what are you looking to have happen at this point?
You know what I have to say? They look at me, they don't like me. Well, I'm here. Maybe I'm different over here. You know? That's what I think. They are racist. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
It is bad enough that Officer Kupchak and Officer LeJack exhibited such clear and unrestrained prejudice against Mr. Bach-Redengill based on his nationality, but the fact that they felt entitled to use physical force against him for being from another country is more than abhorrent, and I hope that the FBI prosecutes these men to the full extent of the law. On the whole, the Brunswick and Hinckley officers get a B, because although some of the officers were a bit hostile in their treatment of Mr. Bach-Redengill, and some seemed to sympathize with Officer Kupchak and Officer LeJack's quote-unquote concerns, they conducted a thorough investigation and ultimately concluded that Officer Kupchak and Officer LeJack were in the wrong. The first Hinckley officer who arrived on the scene in particular demonstrated a clear understanding of investigatory best practices, such as interviewing Officer Kupchak and Officer LeJack separately, and conducted a comprehensive and objective investigation of the altercation and determined that Mr. Bach-Redengill was the victim. These officers were in an immensely uncomfortable situation, and although they certainly could have handled parts of the encounter better, on the whole, they adequately investigated the incident and were willing to refer potential charges against their fellow officers for prosecution. As for Mr. Bach-Redengill, I cannot rightly assign a grade to a U.S. citizen who was racially targeted, assaulted, and abused by intoxicated off-duty officers who were acting well outside of their legal authority. I can only imagine what Mr. Bach-Redengill has experienced in his life as a refugee, and it is more than unfortunate that he was subjected to cruelty and tyranny by police officers in a country that claims to be inclusive and welcoming to all nationalities. I would encourage Mr. Bach-Redengill to explore taking legal action against Officer Kupchak and Officer LeJack for their flagrant violations of his civil rights and the physical attacks they executed on him. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out my second channel for even more police interaction content.